All right. I'm done here. Disney is destroying Star Wars. What a joke. Rant. Bro, I love rants. They're my favorite thing.
Star Wars is in such a state where no one is interested anymore.
This is true.
Nobody.
I don't give a flying anything about Star Wars. Nothing good can. I'm looking forward to nothing that's coming out of it. Maybe the games, like maybe, that's a maybe. But as far as any movies coming out, not really. Wait, what's that thing with what's his face? The one dude that's making like a rated R Star Wars or something, or at least like a PG-13 at minimum, I think. Who was it? Was it Zack Snyder? Is he making the Star Wars? I think that I'm looking kind of forward to, but like meh. But it, like all the series, all the little spin-offs and shows and whatnots, no. If another season of some show comes out of some Star Wars show, I'm not looking forward to it. I don't care about it. It's whatever to me.
Gives a crap.
True, dude.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Dang.
The Kenobi show, is a show that we had been waiting for, arguably. No, not, you know what? Screw arguably.
I was, I honestly didn't really care if the Kenobi show was coming out. I was like, oh, this is the point where he goes from being a Jedi Knight, or no, wasn't Kenobi a Jedi Master? He went from being a Jedi Master to being a hermit, and we got to see what that looked like. If you would have told me that like years ago, I would have just been like, I'm not really interested in that little arc, because we already see what comes out on the other side. He has a little battle with Vader, and then he just gets one shot. So the downfall of like a super cool character, super influential to Anakin and so on and so forth, you get to see his downfall, and then he gets one shot. Okay, that's life, I guess. I mean,
It was the most important show that Star Wars could ever have released after George sold it to Disney. We got Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. We got.
oh yes, we got that, but it wasn't what I wanted. I don't think it was what anybody wanted. I mean, I have to go back and watch it again, but I'm not going to. There were a couple good scenes, but other than that, it was mostly bullshit.
Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi, as well as Luke Skywalker and Leia. Literally the main characters of Star Wars. The most
Yeah, the member berries.
important part, time, everything. And what kind of a budget does it get? It gets not even less than Andor, which I think had like 130 million or 110 million. Or
Bro, it got less than 130 million. You can't make something with like, I don't know, 100 million. God dang. Bro, I would rather watch like a Jackie Chan movie. The Jackie Chan movies have a better story than the Kenobi bullshit or whatever. All right? They are so fun to watch, and the budget of the Jackie Chan movies are so less than whatever this was, all right? This is like dog shit. Like, give me a Jackie Chan movie any day of the week, and it is still goated. All right? Those movies are timeless, and they can stand up.
maybe even more than that. What was the budget for Andor? Hold on here before I even get ahead of myself.
Oh my god. A quarter billion.
You guys are going to see such a more real side of me as we push into 2024 because I'm fed up. I'm really tired. I'm really fed up. People that don't like me already don't like me. People that love me already love me. And I'm here for you guys, and I'm not here for anyone else. At the end of the day, I'm here for George Lucas. I'm here for Star Wars. I'm here for myself and what Star Wars used to be. Let's get a few things out of the way. Not everything that Disney has created is total garbage.
Not everything, but a majority of it.
Maybe 80, 90%. But there is that 10% that is actually really amazing. Mandalorian season 1 and 2,
Yeah.
Tales of the Jedi, The Clone Wars season 7, Rebels, Ahsoka up until episodes 7 and 8. But what I'm
Bro, the fact that you gotta like cherry pick like seasons and not only seasons, episodes within shows of seasons is very telling.
trying to say is, not everything that has been created under Disney's umbrella was garbage. Now, mind you, those things were created by Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. But I digress. Obi-Wan Kenobi, the most important Star Wars project since Disney purchased Lucasfilm from George Lucas in 2012. And it gets the lowest budget of any Star Wars show to date. She-Hulk gets a better budget than Obi-Wan? Freaking She-Hulk. I mean, what the hell, man? Like, who is making these decisions up there? I'm sorry to make this kind of video, dude, but honestly, like, who is making those decisions up there?
I don't know.
I wonder why Star Wars is in such a state where no one...
Oh, okay. Was this Walt Disney and Company? Walt Disney and Friends. Oh, it's in the red today? Oh, but it was on the up a little while ago. Oh, wait. This is just in the 1 day. You got to hit over the 6 month or the year or the 5 year. Or the max. I dare you to hit the max button.
Is interested anymore. Nobody gives a crap. It's because of shit like this. And you know what?
Wait, what does this even say? Kenobi's budget was a fraction of She-Hulk. According to a new article from Variety, the Marvel show on Disney Plus received a budget of $225 million when Kenobi had $90 million. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, well, now I figured out where the $90 million went. It went to that little fence post, that little gatekeep thing. Remember that one scene in Kenobi where the fence was there in that valley, but he couldn't go around it? That's where that $90 million went, that little fence.
The budget wasn't even the biggest problem of the show. You have fan films. You have fan fictions that have like no budget, that have like the budget of an internet connection and a computer, that honestly garner more attention and love than the garbage writing and directing that flew into the Kenobi show. You have the most important characters in Star Wars. Not only that, you're bringing back Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor. Forget Jimmy Smits, everybody else. You're bringing back the goats, okay? The original... Well, the prequel trilogy. The original.
The
original, the OGs, man. The OGs from the prequels, okay? And you not only,
At least those guys knew how to put in time and effort into some sword fighting choreography.
Give a crap script. You get people that don't know what the hell they're doing when it comes to writing the stories and the characters that George built and created. You regress them. You focus on Reva. You make chasing Leia literally like the most impossible thing to find a 9-year-old or 10-year-old.
Oh yeah, bro. The fact that you had to mention that just gives me PTSD of that show. The running scene, the chase scene of young Leia.
And above all, you have open-handed combat from a civilian against stormtroopers. I mean, look, stormtroopers suck, but they don't get disoriented like that from a slap on the head.
I don't remember the scene he's talking about, but the fact that I can fathom that is actually funny to me.
Okay. But then you also managed to give literally the worst script of all time, the lowest budget of all time. I don't get it. I'm trying to understand this. I'm really
well, you're not going to understand it.
Trying to who's making these decisions, dude? Let's give this script the crappiest script of all time. Let's regress the characters, and then let's give them the lowest budget of the most important story in Star Wars, the most important characters in Star Wars. But let's just literally give them the bare minimum, but focus all of our attention in Andor.
The fact that 90 million wasn't even enough, because how many episodes was Kenobi? I'm just gonna guess and say it was like 9 episodes or something like that? So like 10 million an episode. The fact that the show couldn't even get it done with 10 million an episode is kind of hilarious to me.
Which, yes, Andor is a great show for everyone who attended film school and wants to eat their cheese with a French hat so they can twiddle their mustache at the same time and talk about the Renaissance era and how great things were back then while they sip on their wine from 1922. Okay, don't get me wrong. I liked Andor. I liked it. It was a good show. It was fine. It was cozy. It was also extremely boring and made me fall asleep a million.
Yeah, I mean, the pacing of it was kind of slow, but
times while I was watching it. But it was still a good show. Whatever, I enjoyed it. Just sleepy time, okay? Like you want to put to sleep, you watch Andor.
Yeah.
You want Star Wars, you watch Obi-Wan Kenobi. You watch Revenge of the Sith. You don't watch Obi-Wan, you watch Revenge of the Sith.
Yes.
You're watching. So I'm going Italian now. That 6% Italian is coming out, and I'm starting to get a little bit angry. Yeah. You want to watch Star
hit him
Wars,
with the
you watch
fingers.
The first 6 movies, and you watch the Clone Wars. That's Star Wars. You want to create a Star Wars project, you create the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. But not the way it was written by Joby Harold and directed by Deborah Chow. You get someone competent who knows the characters and respects the characters. You get Jon Favreau and Dave. Why didn't Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni do the Kenobi show? Why didn't they do all?
They're probably busy doing other shit, dude, or whatever they do. They're probably like got a long laundry list of bullshit that they're also doing. Probably got prior commitments and all that other jazz, and I don't know.
Shows. I mean, okay, Andor was fine. It was, keep the guy there, but even he said, he's like, half the time I forgot I was doing a Star Wars show. This is just, I am so tired. I'm so tired of trying to be so nice to people. Man, I don't care if you don't like what I have to say. Don't watch my videos. I'm not here for them. I'm here for me. I'm here for Star Wars, George Lucas, and to protect the legacy because, quite frankly, dude, I'm the only one that keeps doing it. And they make clips of me on TikTok or whatever, they can keep doing it, but I'm literally the only one who keeps driving the point home that Star Wars is what George created.
Yeah.
It's not this shit that's been created now and given a crap budget so that She-Hulk can shine through as she twerks with Meg the Stallion. I just don't get it, man. How can this $4 billion company be handled by these buffoons who don't?
Bro, you know he is pissed when he starts whipping out words like buffoon. Oh my God. I mean, I'm right there with him though.
Even understand the characters, but also assign these nitwits to write for these legendary characters and at the same time give them pennies. But then they want to give She-Hulk the most money because it's what, CGI? You guys remember the ending of She-Hulk?
No.
What the hell did they do?
There was that one dude who was like the douchebag Hulk, and he was like, "Come at me, bro," or what was it? It was like he was gonna like release some sort of like revenge porn doodad thing, and that's about it. I had to really like struggle to remember that.
Do to Hulk's son. You guys remember?
Oh yeah, that was
weird. Why does Andor have a $250 million?
Well, just think, if they did that to Hulk's son, remember when Sonic came out, dude? Like the initial like character of Sonic, it was more like human like and weird looking. The Sonic that we got now is the better version of Sonic, but that version of Sonic would not have existed unless the internet spoke up and spoke its shit. That other Sonic was like weird.
Budget. I mean, I feel like we should have paid 20-30 million at least to Hayden, 20-30 million to Ewan, 60 million right there. Oh shit, you have the whole budget for the show. But they give 250 million to Andor, 250 million to, or 225 million to She-Hulk. You're looking at 500 million, you're looking at $500 million for 2 shows, which honestly aren't even the most important things in either of their franchises.
Yeah.
What the hell are these people thinking? And you're wondering why South Park is making these kinds of comments towards Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh,
it's because people there clearly aren't using their brains. And it seems like I'm taking crazy pills. I'm starting to feel like I'm Mugatu.
Yep.
It's like, does nobody see this?
I don't know. It kind of seems like Kathleen Kennedy is trying to just inflate value into these certain actors and movies and to try to inject, you know, the social issues where there doesn't need to be any of that. I don't know.
And we're all just standing around like, hey, it's okay. We got Andor. Andor's the best Star Wars we've ever. It's not.
Bro, stop talking like me.
It's Blade Runner with a Star Wars theme. It's not bad. I love Blade Runner. Go to my Theory Talks channel. I'm always playing Blade Runner music. But that doesn't mean it's a good show for Star Wars. The Last Jedi was the most asinine representation of a continuation of Luke Skywalker's story that I've ever seen in my life. Yet,
Wait, was The Last Jedi the 9th one? The 9th episode? The one where it was like the first one, like, was it 7 was the one with Rey. Well, they're all with Rey. And then that was with like the super gigantic Star Destroyer. And then the 7th, and then the 8th one was like with the red salt and shit. And then the 9th one was with like the big armada scene at the very end. Yeah, it just got progressively worse. Bro, I remember seeing this one YouTube fucking video where the dude broke down why the entire trilogy did not make sense. And essentially, it just boiled down to there was too much shit that happened off scene, and the audience didn't see it happen, and we're just seeing that like there's too many inconsistencies in the story, and what we're seeing is just like a little snippet, like a slice of the whole story, and too many events are happening off screen. And yeah, but yeah, the whole 7, 8, 9 episodes movies, they're dog shit, dude.
it was a good movie. It just wasn't a good Star Wars movie. What the heck? I don't.
Oh no, it wasn't even a good movie either, dude. The movie wanted to pick and choose when it can and can't use the Force magic, and when it can and can't use the hyperspeed like space cutter move or whatever. It's ridiculous.
You know the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? I feel like Disney has one, like how to lose a franchise in 10 years.
Yeah.
And now they're pouring all this money and focusing on the Rey movie. Like, are you guys?
Yeah, that's not gonna go good. Not at all, dude. I'm not even excited for that. You had to say that for me to be reminded that was coming out.
Not learning your lesson? Like, seriously, are you not learning your lesson?
Bro, why don't they just like start anew? Like, just go from 7, 8, 9 to 10, 11, 12. Why don't they just do that? Why do you got to make another spinoff? But to try to fill in the gaps somewhere with all this like a bullshit between like 7, 8, 9? Just go to 10, 11, and 12, dude.
I just don't get it, man. I don't get it how they can be so out of touch. Make better Star Wars, dude. Make Mando season 1 and 2.
Make Star Wars great again.
That continuously. I don't know what the hell happened with the Book of Boba Fett. Obviously, someone's meddling with something out there. Okay, because
Bro, you didn't like the little scooters? Come on now. The scooters were awesome, dude. That was like the scooter scene was so goated.
The consistent wise, it just doesn't make sense. Mando season 1 and 2 were literally like perfection. Mando season 3 was the most disjointed thing I've ever seen. Boba Fett was just
Boba Fett was like a bantha.
Shit. To be honest, like the first 2 episodes were amazing. Then after that, it was like, what happened? Well, the Booby Fett.
What?
Like, what's going on here? I don't know. I just feel like it's satire at this point. You know, it's like we just constantly keep trying to see what else they're gonna mess up at this point, and it's like I don't want to do that. I just want to enjoy Star Wars. You guys remember how hyped Star Wars fans were when Mando 1 came out? Oh my gosh. And it was like Star Wars was back. It was like after The Last Jedi, and
I remember that.
Like, oh my god, okay, finally we got something to grasp onto now. I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's just and you know they don't even want to give Kenobi a second season. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, I don't blame.
Well, yeah, like the first season didn't do good. Why would I? If the first season was ass, why would I want another season to try to like repair it? No, the history and your track record is dog shit. Just stop.
You dude, like, where are you gonna go from there? I mean, the whole show just focused on. You guys have heard me talk about it. I'm so frustrated. I'm so Disney. Like, I don't know, you guys. You do what you want to do, man. At this point, you know, you can't. It's in the hands of the fans, and the fans are going to continue to make fan films. You guys are going to continue to get roasted by South Park and even bigger media that will come in the future, and you deserve it. You really do, because you aren't learning from anything, and you're continuously ruling with your ego, and you guys just have no idea what Star Wars is about at the end of the day. There are many people at Lucasfilm who have a real good, clear understanding. And yes, I do think I have a very good understanding of what Star Wars is. First 6 films, I think I know it better than pretty much anybody. Clone Wars, I mean, you want to talk about mythology, you want to talk about Star Wars, you want to talk about character arcs, you want to talk about themes, you want to talk about the characters themselves, what they were going through, why they did what they did. You want to talk about force abilities, lightsaber techniques and fighting styles and backstories and this and that. I mean, I know
You're the guy.
the movies and the books inside and out. I'm not the only one. There are millions of others at Lucasfilm that know so much about Star Wars. Sam Witwer and Dave Filoni. I mean, these are two guys that, like, you can't be luckier finding talent like this and having them be loyal to the brand and having them work for the brand. I mean, honestly, at this point, you would be a fool to not be hiring the two of them to work together to create everything going forwards. Tired of this. Green light 1313. Green light The Force Unleashed 3. No one cares.
Oh, wait. 1313. Those are both games, right? So The Force Unleashed 3 is, I think that'd be a goated ass game, dude. 100%. Star Killer? Awesome. Didn't he die in the end of the second one? And then Star Wars 1313, I remember seeing a trailer for that, but then nothing came of it. I was so sad when I heard that. That game looked freaking awesome. I mean, what was that one game that just got recently released or whatever? Well, recent is relative, but wasn't it like the Fallen Jedi or Fallen Jedi Order or something? I think that was fine. That was like okay. But yeah, there's no shot they're making Battlefront 3. I mean, that ain't happening. I remember watching one of your videos and you said that shit wasn't happening. I mean, it's sad, but it is what it is.
Cares about your junk canon. Just create good stories that we love. Create the characters that we love. Embellish the characters that we love. Continue their stories. Create Star Wars. Make it great. Make it what it was. Give it a proper, fair chance for the characters that matter. Give them the money they deserve. So weird. So bizarre to me. They'll never learn. And we'll continue to be pushed towards the prequels and originals. That's all it is. That's all that'll happen.
Member berries.
Literally it. Yeah.
Good rant.
Let me know what you guys think about this. Love you all. Have a great day. May
You
the
too,
force
man.
be with every single one of you.
Oh, man. It was a good video. I mean, bro, as far as like Star Wars is concerned, if something like, I'm always open to having my mind being changed about Star Wars, but for the foreseeable future, I'm not looking forward to anything. I'm not hyped for it anymore, for the new Star Wars thing. Like, I'm just not. And maybe you could call it like Star Wars burnout, but Star Wars burnout isn't the same as like superhero burnout. Superhero burnout happened because there's just so many superhero movies. Star Wars burnout happened because there was probably the right amount of Star Wars things coming out, but just the quality of it went down and down. So yeah. But other than that, good rant. I like it. I like listening to him because you're the Star Wars guy. So definitely good video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, peace.